Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Echo Route 65. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io, and if you want to support the people that made this game, two other games, then you can go through Patreon. I do $3 a month. So, on the last Let's Play, we started the game, which included being on a bus going back to town after, I guess, being at school. But our main character is very anxious because their parents caught them choking the chicken, if you will, to some gay porn. Which points, yeah, both catching your child jerking it is one thing. Finding out that they're gay, or at least no 100% straight, that would add a thing to it. Especially in 2008. I mean, that was like what? Would that be 15 years ago? I know math, okay? At least for me, because like 2023. And yeah. Oh yeah, and then we found out there's a party going on that Leo and Flynn's invited to, and we're trying to go along. And also we went to check in with Jen because she wasn't at school, so yeah. I don't think things happen in an hour's time. At least reading. So let's make sure my face is actually in the right orientation. That being gay. Oh, bye. Actually, boobs. I'm instantly greeted by the smell of stale beer and the sound of football with the volume up too high. The sight of errant plastic bags and food containers scattered about the chandering shag carpet just complements the mood, really. A stout, fat fennec fox stands before me, his eyes wide. He stares, though without meeting my gaze. It's as if he's looking right through me. Overall, Jasmine's dad looks like hell. Was her name Jasmine? I don't remember. However, he blinks some and refocuses, narrowing his eyes at me and dusting off his shirt. Chase, he rumbles. Hey, yeah, is Jas home? Inside, I see a head peek from around the corner, the fur too splotchy to be Jasmine's. Jeremy. Fuck off, Chase. His voice is laden with derisive contempt. Jasmine's dad doesn't even react. It's bizarre how Jeremy, never seems to get disciplined. She's in her room, got chores she ain't done yet, so she can't go out and, play. He steps out of the way and moves back to the kitchen, where a plate of convenience store nachos and cheese sits. He reaches down to grab a chip, but ends up just sticking his paw into the hot melted cheese. Oof, he's just really far gone. The old fox looks more confused than anything, his brow furrowed. 3 seconds pass before he actually grabs a chip. Meanwhile, Jeremy is still hard-eyeing me from over the couch cushion. I realize now that he's only in his underwear. Tidy-whities, too. With that, I fast walk my way to the end of the hall, stepping over some nasty-looking stains. I'm guessing Jeremy's mom is in the bathroom. Jasmine's. So I give that a wide berth as well. I was about to turn and knock on Jazz's door. I realize that it's completely open. The door, taking off the hinges, and resting against the wall nearby. Boy, don't you gotta love parents that do that? They're like, I gotta discipline my child, so I'm taking the door off the hinges, because they're my property, and they don't deserve any privacy. Awkwardly, I knock on the wooden frame, and clear my throat. Jazz? Chase? She states my name with a matter-of-fact tone. I take that as my all good to enter and step inside. Her room is rather cramped, adorned with an old metal frame single bed, a cedar desk, and the house's hot water heater. Okay, so that's the game music. or sound at least. A stack of books and manga completely fills the space under her bed, which serves as some sort of makeshift book nook. Her desk is completely neat, and I recognize a biology book from school open on top. Everything is fairly tidy, neat, and organized, but still seems somewhat cozy. It's as girly as hell, truly, but it feels like a sanctuary in contrast to the rest of the house, even with the constant rumble of the hot water heater. That's the sound. I thought somebody was mowing the lawn next door. Jasmine is turned away from me, sorting something in her backpack. I see her rub her face. Your, door moved. Not on its own. What do you need? Oh, it's her model from, Echo. Also, I asked about this game. It's mostly one route, all the same end, but it's like there's some sort of divergency that they just told us, like, you'll figure it out. Also, it's supposed to be like 90% shorter, which is, nice for me at least. I mean, I do like games, but it's also like sometimes I just kind of want to get to that end. Because I want to go back to Echo and figure out what the heck's going on. After a sufficient amount of face rubbing, she doesn't face me. Curious but expectant look in her eyes. She almost appears as she's been sizing me up, but I think that's just the way her face is. You weren't at school today, and I just wanted to check up on you and whatnot. She turns, moving to close her biology book on the desk and sliding it into her backpack. Well, that's nice of you. Her tone is abrupt, and it leaves me feeling sort of awkward and foolish. I guess? Hey, can I borrow your cell phone for a second? I hesitate. What for? Don't worry, I'm not going to go through your text messages or your browsing history. Just need to message someone. I slowly pull out my phone from my pocket, though I'm definitely a little wary of handing it over. I mean, I would hand over it. Just be like, friend, please don't look in these areas. That doesn't stop Jasmine from turning hastily and plucking it from my fingertips. Sly fox. She swipes through, and I hear the telltale clacking of touch keys. Who are you texting? You don't worry about that, and I won't worry about the recently saved images button on here. Jazz. She narrows her gaze at something, the white light from the device illuminating her features. You can have a seat if you like. I want to know what's going on. Like in general, or regarding you not being at school today and your door being absent. It isn't absent, Chase. It's just against the wall outside. I'm starting to actually get angry at this point. If you don't want to talk about it, then just say you don't want to talk about it. Quit trying to make me look stupid for caring. Her blue eyes flick from the screen to me for a brief moment, then back down again. There's nothing to talk about. Nothing out of the ordinary around here. Just the average day on Cloud 9. I see her mash her thumb in rapid succession against what looks like the delete button, and then she begins to type again. How are you doing, though? I feel my raised jowls go loose at the question. She looks up from the phone, resting it face down on her thigh, and she waits for my answer. Her shift to concern is a little jarring, though this is what I came for really, isn't it? As much as hate to admit it, her lack of domestic bliss is such a common thing at this point. It's a bit of a tried topic. It's horrible here. Everyone knows that, especially Jazz. I guess she doesn't need anyone remind her of it. I'm gay. She makes an acknowledging frown, then takes a seat at the edge of her bed. I didn't know that was a state of doing, but alright. Also, it's kind of weird because, and I'm saying a lot, in Echo, she's like, you're gay, right? I was like, actually, I'm bi. Oh, I guess if things can develop or you find more about yourself. That is Certainly something to talk about. Catching Jasmine off guard is a completely rare occurrence, and she's given pause as she gently rolls my phone in her hands. It vibrates once, but she makes no move to answer it. Well, I had my suspicions, like when I caught you sucking cock. You did? You frill your arms when you walk sometimes, and your voice has a slight Valley Girl twang to it when you become excited. What does frill mean? I gotta look at what that is. Define frill your arms. Frill is not something people do with their arms. It doesn't mean anything. Frill is a decoration along with the edge of a garment, especially a girl's outfit. I think there was an urban... No, missed it. Okay, whatever. Back to game. Close, please. I look on, visibly mortified at this revelation. I did not know that. There's something about your face, too. I can't quite describe it. My jaw drops. Are you saying I have a gay face? She purses her lips, thinking for a moment. Perhaps to me, in a way. Have you confided this information about this to anyone else? I shake my head. No, you're the first, but I'm flattered that you came to me with this, Chase. I really am. She smiles lightly. If you want me to keep this secret between us until you're ready to share it with others, that is something I can do. I thought it was that, like, other people knew, like Flynn, though maybe it's just that kind of, not early 2000s, but kind of 2000s-esque thing where, like, seemed like a lot, where people use fag and gay as a negative derogatory thing, like, more often than they would in the past, I guess. Or be like, you're gay, man, or something like that. I remember stuff like that. Then I found out I like dudes. Ooh, ooh. I bite the inside of my cheek, then slowly move to sit beside Jasmine on the bed, holding my tail back so my oily fur doesn't mess up the covers. My parents know, so I guess it doesn't matter now. Oh? They caught me looking up gay, not safe for work, stuff on the internet before the school today. Oh. You have your own laptop for that sort of thing, right? Yeah. Do you think they're going to take that away from you? Well, yeah. They ground me from it for much less. But you didn't do anything wrong, technically. It's only natural they'd want to explore this sort of thing. I actually have had some manga here that covered topics similar to this. I see her briefly glance at her absent drawer. Most of them are written by women, though, so I don't know how applicable they might even be to someone like you. I find myself squeezing the end of my tail with my fists. I know I look a bit pathetic doing it, but it calms me for some reason. It's just shitty having them find out this way. I'm gonna be equated to, like, sexual deviancy in their heads from here on. Here's the thing that I did find weird. Like, I remember having my mom take a political quiz, and she was like, and I think pornography should be banned. It's like, okay, definitely not gonna tell her how I had a Pornhub account and did pornographic video games. I mean, these visual novels, they can be lightly or even moderately pornographic, but then I did some really pornographic things on that channel. Or, you know, Pornhub. Before I got rid of it, you do like, changes of policies and work. Were you masturbating at the time? Hell yeah, I was. I nearly wring the end of my tail as he squeezed so tight, my eyes widening. Yeah. She audibly hums, looking back down at the phone in her hand. I can see why this would make you so uneasy, and even frightened. But this is your parents we're talking about, Chase. I have known them since I was 7 years old. They're good people, understanding. You might want to listen to your voicemail, too. Also, you have a voicemail from them. It's really weird how sometimes when I do these visual novels, I make a comment, press the enter button, and the next thing is the thing I just said. I mean, it's a good thing they do that because it's like, natural, I guess. Which, like, and I'm reminding you, oh, they reminded me of this. I'm aware. Oh. Would you like to listen to it? No, I'm good. Really. You're obviously not, Chase. I know you have your therapist to help you deal with your hallucinations and sleep paralysis, but you should broach this topic as well. I found out that putting up lots of negative emotions like this tends to attract more bad feeling things. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I stiffen with the startle as I hear knocking on the window. Glancing over, I see two large pairs of horns silhouetted against the lower edge of the window pane. Jess looks to have been clutching her legs tightly, though, seeing what I do, she relaxes as well. Carl wanted to wait outside. I understand. Yeah. I look at the carpet between my feet, then slowly rise to stand. Leo's apparently at some party on Route 65. He didn't tell me about it. Yeah, he kept it secret from us. We're gonna go check it out. Would you like to come? I see her knee her knuckles against the comforter, her tongue pressed against two of her front teeth. I wouldn't be able to get away for long, Chase. For now, it's better if I stay put. She reaches down, typing a few more things into my phone before handing it back to me. I see the flash of messenger history deleted upon the screen for a split second before it goes back to the usual background. Looking down at her, I raise my eyebrow slightly. Thanks. I hope you get your door back. I hope you get your laptop back. Hugs? She nods politely, and I make my exit. As I'm walking through the hall, I spy Jasmine's father still hunched over the nachos. Jeremy, meanwhile, is still on the couch, which I'm realizing is also his bed. He scowls at me as he catches me looking, the fox making a crude gesture before rolling forward toward the television. I think he mutters another "fuck off" but I'm not really listening. Man, should be hard for them. But also kind of like, I'm both going like, stuff's hard for them, but also poor decisions as well. Because he is definitely on something. Though I do make poor decisions myself, like drinking too much. Or starting to drink in the first place. Anyways, what is the time? Okay. I'm honestly surprised Carl accepted going along to this party. His social anxiety is pretty bad at school. Maybe it's just that kind of night. I walk alongside him, still mulling over what Jasmine had said. Can't wait till I get my license and car. I mentioned that already, yeah? How old are you guys anyways? Because don't people in America get their license at like 15 or 16? Yes. Route 65 is like 3 miles away. You can get your locks toned and ready for the dance floor, though. Locks? I see Carl's posture stiffen some at the prospect, his bright green eyes looking to the asphalt beneath us. You don't actually think there's gonna be dancing, is there? Like the movies and shit? Shrug, something I've been doing a lot this night. Growing up in this town with less than 60 people made what seems like a conventional teenage experience on TV utterly foreign. So wait, this town is just 60 people? I thought it was like 300-esque people, because here's the thing. Let me just look at demographics. I lived in West Texas. And let's see, Marathon, Texas. Marathon was a nearby town. Yeah, that has a population of 365, at least 3 years ago. That looked like a small, bloody town. Can't really drive through town, but a town of 60 people? How would that even function? I mean, it clearly doesn't function, but, like, you know, I mean, yeah, and actually, I don't know what that nearby town did. I lived in a town of 5,000, which, kind of says which town it is, more or less. It was an okay place. You notice strangers periodically. There's probably strangers that knew stuff about me that's like, oh, here's this guy that periodically comes here and buys a bunch of alcohol. The closest our group of friends had to such were birthday parties with just the six and our folks. Leo's dad let us drink a can of beer once. I always imagined high school parties were just a bunch of kids sitting on couches and smoking weed. But this is Echo, so... meth? Do you think Leo would go to a party where everyone smoked meth? I didn't think Leo would go to a party and not tell us. I pause, dipping my paws into my pockets. I wonder if Leo thinks we're not cool. Carl actually turns to look at me, then quickly averts his gaze to the ground. Dude. I think that, after all the shit we've been through, that wouldn't matter. I guess the, death that nobody knows what happened? A serious statement from him takes me off guard, and I feel instantly guilty for broaching the topic. I nod solemnly, another long pause drifting between us. Yeah. Carl tells me more about 3D Virtue Chat, and some girls he met on there as you walk. Girls being stated with quotation fingers each time. I didn't try talking with guys online myself, though I had. Though, like Carl, never in my real identity. I remember I was feeling lonely 2 months ago and posted a personal M&M ad on Platonlist's website. 18-year-old otter looking for a friend/mentor was the tagline. So was that supposed to be like Craigslist or Platonlist? I guess so, maybe. Included a cropped and photoshopped picture of myself at the Platon Rec Center pool, my face blurred. What part of it was cropped or photoshopped? It made my bulge look huge. Since I went through puberty a couple of years ago, I was pretty sure I could pass for 18 if my face was hidden. Yeah, here's the thing that I found interesting. I remember in high school I reached my 18th birthday and my fellow students like, and now you can legally have sex, and it's like, what? Because as far as I know, nobody told me there was an age limit to have sex. Like, Granted, that was never a problem for me because, well, hormones were starting to hit me like a freight train. The sex ones. I was too shy to do anything, and it's just like, it would be a good couple of years before I swiped that card. I was wrong. My post was taken down, and I got a few emails from administrators asking all sorts of questions. It really hasn't been my best past few months. Eventually, we reached Parsons Building, an establishment that closed many of my lifetimes ago, from the looks of it. Now, here's the thing. If I jog like 6 miles per hour on a treadmill, I get to 3 miles in about 30 minutes, but I'm dead to the world. How long would it take for these guys to walk 3 miles? Let's see if we're doing 3 mile walk, 3 mile per hour walk, then get there in about an hour, I guess. Math! Eventually, reached the Parsons Building, instead of they closed many lifetimes ago by the looks of it. About 10 or so cars and motorcycles are parked alongside the building, and neon blue light emanates from the inside. The thump of bass is palpable even out here on the road. I look over at Carl. His lackadaisy demeanor on the way here has been replaced by tight-lipped tension. To be honest, I'm feeling pretty similar. I don't see anyone inside here. Everyone must be inside. We just got to get in and look for Leo's big red ass. Ooh, ooh. He sees the bottom. Or, his face. Any idea what we should say when we see him? Hi, Leo. It's a nice start. Is a nice start. Okay, sounds good. Cool. Either of us moves. God, dude. What if it's a rave? Does that mean I have to suck cocks and get body paint? Do people actually still have raves? Was MFF a rave? Like, I do like dancing there. It's fun as hell. And it was just being like, hey, look at me, I'm muscular and dancing. But since I'm old, I have to clock out at around 12 or 1 o'clock. I know. I'm getting really bad vampire cult vibes from this. I mean, also my feet do hurt. I danced till my toes were blue. Actually, I have pictures of that. Let's check around the back first, alright? Boo! Oh, what the fuck? Carl practically leaps, swatting at the air around him as he gets some distance. Language. Oh, jeez. Sorry, Carl. I didn't know I'd scare you so badly. Carl stares wide-eyed at the sheath of visage before his eyes go to a low. Is that TJ? Hey TJ. I legitimately thought you were about to start bleeding there, Carl. Real speciesist, dude. That's like super racist. What are you doing here, TJ? Or Tej? And why are you dressed as a ghost? My mom jetted me off about 2 minutes ago. I can't believe you guys walked her. Mom would have given you a ride if you asked. To the rave. Gonna have so many sex parties. Not that I'm against you guys getting exercise or anything. Heh. So it's like, okay, how did you, the Christian guy, get your mom to drop you off here? Because it doesn't exactly seem like, I don't know. You think the Christian mom would be like, is this where this sex and drugs happen? I don't know how I feel about this rock and roll. But also, B, how did you get invited but not us? Were we seriously that uncool? I think Carl winces slightly. As for the costume, my mom and I put this together at the last minute. I didn't go trick-or-treating yesterday because of church stuff, so my mom said now would be a good chance with this party. Is this a costume party? Or is somebody pulling a prank on him? Even under all that fabric, I can still picture TJ grinning cheerily. It is such a contrast to the past few hours with Carl. A contrast to this whole day, actually. It's very considerate of your mother, TJ. But, never mind. How'd you get invited to this, but not us? TJ tilts his ghostly head curiously. And Mom just told me she heard about this fun get-together here, and said it would be a good way to treat myself after volunteering yesterday. I didn't really think I needed one. There's a pause. Oh gosh, I've never crashed a party before. Should we go home? Carl and I exchange a look. Flynn told me that Leo would be here tonight, actually. Huh? He didn't mention anything about that nature to me. I'm sure he just forgot, though. Carl steps off the roadway into the smooth concrete of the entryway, trying to get a stealthy look inside from afar. If you say so, man. I mean, it's okay to have a +1, right? But there are 3 of us. See Leon there, Carl? Carl was silent for a long moment. I see Jack. Who? Carl looks back at me. Jack shit. You might know him. I furrow my brow at Carl. TJ physically covers his ears with his enshrouded paws. I hear the lynx mutter a faint, "Stop." It's weird that we've been out here this whole time, and no one is coming outside. Like I'd assume people would want to come out for air, to smoke, or to make out. Well, they might be doing that inside. What? What kind of party is this? I thought this was a good Christian party. No one in makeup parties. Right, what was his name? Travis? Bastard. TJ's eyes bulge. How do you bulge your eyes do that? What kind of party is this? TJ brings his paws together, wringing them as he looks at us expectantly. I don't need TJ. I kinda hope that you would. A sort that Leo and TJ would go to without inviting or even telling us about it, apparently. Bitterness still hangs in Carl's tone as he rocks nervously upon his hooves. I'm honestly still upset about it myself, too. This is the sort of thing I'd like us all to do together. Our first real party, as a group. I don't feel nearly as confident without him with us. By the way, TJ and Carl are acting. I think it's the same for them too. I suppose Leo just has that effect on people. Well, I was kind of waiting for a scene change, but I guess this... I mean, we're probably gonna ignore it. I don't know. But, yeah, she's probably just gonna be like, hey, where the fuck are you? I'm worried. Or just, where the fuck are you? I didn't think it was gonna stop. But yeah, that might be a good time to call it, because this could be a cliffhanger. Or we're just gonna ignore it. So, that's gonna be the end of this Let's Play. So, comment, good. I like them comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, because otherwise, if you like my YouTube and like to see grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos I've been growing. Please remember to spay your animals to control the pig population. And until next time, let's play me, GamerWolfSix of Echo Route 65. Oh, and yeah, I almost forgot. If you want to play this game, it's free on itch.io. And if you want to support the people that made this game and are making other games, you can go to their Patreon. $3 a month gets you stuff that's not available to the public. Anyways, thanks and see ya.